You see, I think one of the problems the Nigerian state has with me, or that my critics have with me, is that I don't accept words at their face value. If you say I'm a citizen, what does it mean? Can the meaning of the word citizen be different in Nigeria, mean one thing in Nigeria, and mean another thing in other countries that we consider civilized or democratic? It cannot. It's an English word. It has a meaning. And I say without equivocation, the Nigerian is not a citizen. Who is a citizen? Number one, let us understand that the word citizen does not exist in a vacuum. It exists within a legal construct. A citizen, or the word citizenship, is predicated on the equality of persons who live within a geographical space. Equality. Now, equality can only be found in a place that is ruled by law. If you do not have rule of law, you cannot have citizenship. Which is why in feudal England, in the days of the English kings, before the Magna Carta and the subsequent pieces of legislation that serves to establish the rights of citizens, the king was the absolute ruler, and the king's word was essentially law. The members of the aristocracy reserved the right to do as they pleased with their serfs. And it was the same in medieval Europe. It was also the same in most of the known world. When you have a movement away, first it usually starts with a sort of theocracy. And then you have theocracy mixing up, and then it becomes like a monarchy. And that's why you speak to the duality of the king's powers, temporal and spiritual, even in Yoruba custom. But as the powers of the individual, the ruler, is curtailed, as his powers are curtailed and powers are ceded to the citizens, his rights are recognized, the serfs emerged and became citizens. And then you begin to talk about the equality of persons under the law, and we begin to talk about the rule of law, which means that the king, royalty, is treated exactly the same as the person who was once a commoner, even though you might have privileges based on economic superiority of some sort. But when it came to their treatment before the law, they're treated exactly the same. However, when a system is not predicated on the equality of persons, it means that you have variable membership of a society, such as you had in South Africa. The South African was still a South African, but there was an apartheid policy which treated human beings completely separate. But it is easy to spot in South Africa because you're dealing with racial division. In Nigeria, the classes are stratified. So membership of the Nigerian state is predicated on membership of an economic or political class. So your access to justice or injustice, the administration of impunity that governs Nigeria in place of law, has guaranteed that the people are not equal at any level, either economically or politically. So that inequality, based on the variable levels of membership, has assured that there is no citizenship. So if a member of the oppressive class has a grouse and he takes it before the judiciary, they find dates miraculously to hear those cases rapidly. In fact, the bigger the two combatants, the quicker the matter runs through the court system. But a Nigerian citizen is probably still in a prison somewhere, as I know some are in Oyo State, And I know some were in Lagos State, at least as recently as last month, because they were arrested in the wake of NSAS. So 14 months after they were arrested, some of them had never seen a courtroom. And you call them citizens. So I'm saying very clearly that it is not enough to label a person a citizen. The fact of his citizenship must be demonstrable. It inheres in the equality of persons and the rule of law. None of those can be found in Nigeria. So how do you speak to the equality of persons or to the citizenship of the persons who live in that space? You cannot have citizenship in a place that is not ruled by law. Nigeria is ruled by impunity. It is structured to be governed by impunity. It is not rulable by law under the current governance system. It cannot be subjected to law. So you are not a citizen, and neither am I. The knowledge, though, ensures that I am not a victim, because I'm constantly finding ways to ensure that I equalize, and working in the knowledge of the evil that I deal with on a day-to-day basis by virtue of my membership of the Nigerian state makes it that much more tolerable. But self-delusion has never been my thing. The Nigerian is not a citizen. And incidentally, that's why I refuse to proceed on that stupid thing they call NYSC. You want me to serve a country that does not see me as a citizen? We're on TV, so don't let me say what comes to mind. But suffice to say that if I said it, you would have said blip, 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 blip.